guys. Welcome once again on today's review and recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Today we're going to be talking about the season 8, episode 5. Um, Firstly, I want to talk about the whole episode in general, and I want to say the episode was a flop for me. I would have gone without every single detail that was happening in the show. The episode was a very huge disappointment. I thought I was the only one that felt like that because I felt like it was a very disappointing episode.
I felt the same way. It was just really boring and just kept seeming to go on, pulling back from weeks before, and it was just really boring for me.
Well, for me, I really enjoyed it. It started off slow,
Really?
but the ending was so good.
Wow. Okay. I guess we have different views of how the episode went for each of us, actually. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the episode itself. Um, Firstly, we had opening of Giselle, Ashley, and Mia going out shopping. That is one of the reasons why I said I did not understand what the episode was all about because you went shopping for your trip and anything, everything, and the only thing you could discuss about was Wendy and Nneka. There was no originality, there was nothing, and the only thing they could discuss, none of them could discuss about their personal life, what was happening in their lives, what is going on around them. All they focused on was whether Nneka was saying the truth or whether me and whether Wendy was saying the truth. Or, of course, we all knew that they were going to be in support of Nneka. Of course, anybody against Wendy is for them. And they're like, oh, I believe Nneka's story because she cannot just come and lie, that kind of thing. I was telling my friend, and Giselle was like, I was telling my friend Jamal, and I was like, you don't joke with this kind of thing. Somebody told you you don't joke with this kind of thing because the person knows also the seriousness of that kind of stuff. And all you could do is joke about it and say, okay, yeah, because the person told you how serious it is and you should not joke with it. You decided, okay, fine, yes, you believe that Nneka is saying the truth. It's like it's very disappointing because that whole meeting was a useless meeting because I didn't get anything from it. The only thing I got was them sitting down, standing. Did they even shop? I don't know. I just felt like they sat down there or stood or whatever they were doing and they were gossiping and talking about things they don't know about, talking about somebody else that was not in their mix.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that scene too much. I just felt like it was boring. Like I said, they reached back into last week, and there was no new content, other than they're going to Texas for a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole plot regarding what they're doing in Texas, that made no sense. Ashley being in the tour, she was in a tour, a brunch tour. I remember that. She has a following, which surprised me. But she does have a following, and it's interesting the sort of states that she had this brunch in, Texas, Arizona, Minnesota, places like that. So she has a following, but
Mhm.
the connection, I just didn't get it. Oh, I was there for my brunch tour and it was a great place. And I just thought we could go there to Austin, Texas. Okay, whatever. That didn't make any sense. Yes, the conversation talking about Wendy and the neck. Can you pronounce it properly for me, please?
The way that it's pronounced on the show is Neka.
But how
Neka.
should it be pronounced?
Neka.
Neka, like that?
Neka.
And Neka.
Neka.
Nneka.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. Um, yeah, talking about her. And then I feel kind of bad for Wendy because here Wendy keeps giving Ashley passes. And for some reason, she thinks Ashley is her
Yeah.
friend. Yeah, but Ashley just keeps talking about her. And I think that she gives Ashley a pass because at least, you know, she's cool with Ashley and Ashley is on that other side with the other group. So I think that's why she's just trying to maintain civility with Ashley because Ashley is a part of the other group. But yeah, them discussing that, and I just can't stand Ashley. I do not care for her at all. I just don't like her on this show. But I understand they've got to keep the storyline going, so they have to discuss what happened. But I agree with you. Some of the stuff that they were saying was just kind of just one sided, and hopefully Wendy is aware that Ashley really is not her friend.
Um, I hope that she gets to realize that Wendy is not her friend because most of the things that actually is not her friend. Because most of the things she was saying, like, oh, I tend to believe it because of the way she was saying it. Wow. I listened to when the thing is, I was listening to them. I was like, these ladies haven't had someone lie to them so well, and you believe every single thing because the way they're like, oh, she's a lawyer, she can't lie, she's educated. Who? People that are educated don't lie. People that are lawyers don't lie. People, I don't. The points they were making was besides me. Like, well, they are all liars too, so they would also side with anybody. Like I said, anybody against Wendy is for them. Now we had I love the fact that he's always wearing this happy Eddie t-shirt. Like it's very funny to me, but I love the concept they're trying to do. But now they are in this restaurant talking about the event from Karen's the what happened at Karen's event. And we're basically talking about knowing what's his name? Ike. Whether Eddie did know Ike. One thing I'm gonna say is that I feel like Eddie and Wendy should have just come up front, like say, okay, fine. We know each other from like family, like yeah, we're family, but we're not just that close. You get, I don't want you in my business. I do understand. Somebody gave a kind of breakdown of what might have happened. I think it was Carlos, which I'm going to talk about later on the show, of how probably how this Wendy and um, NECA stuff went about. But that we're going to talk about that later on the show. But I felt like Eddie and Wendy should have just come up front and said it, and instead of like that. Wiggling their ways. Sometimes they are covering up the truth. Like, just come out and say, I do know them, but we're not that close. It's not by force to be close to somebody. It's not by force to be close to someone. I know a lot of people, but I'm not close to every one of them.
Right.
So if I'm close with you, I'm around your vicinity. I see you whenever we go to occasions. Just because we're from the same group or we're from the same family, and anytime we go out, we have this tendency of meeting. Doesn't mean I'm close to you. I have tendency of meeting a lot of people when I go out on occasion from my family side that I'm not even, if you even ask me about them or who they're married to, who where they even live, I can't even say this is what they do. So it's understandable, but I just felt like they should have just come out and say it. And the fact that he's saying that Ike was a class after him, it's understandable. But he should have just said it then that yes, I know of him, but not really. I don't really know of him. Like, I don't know how to explain it because at one time they might try to use that against them. That's what I just felt like should have happened.
Yeah, I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, if you're associates, you're associates. Like you said, you know a lot of people. I have a lot of associates. It doesn't mean they know where I live. They know how many kids I have. You know, um, They don't know any of my personal information. You know what I'm saying? If we're out and about, yeah, I'm going to speak or nod or, you know, but I'm not going to deny if you're an associate because I know what an associate is to me. Now, a friend, that's something different, but I just didn't see what the big deal was. You guys know each other in passing. That's associates.
Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
makes things look so much worse. The fact that we're now finding out that the families know each other, at least the ladies do. We're going to find that out that the families do know each other. But was this the part of the episode where in the confessional they asked her if he unfollowed IK or
Yeah.
not? Yeah, and then she
Yeah.
didn't give a clear answer. So she was evasive. So that's why I'm beginning to wonder, Wendy, what is going on? This is not the Wendy that we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Wendy being pulled up together, able to answer, directly, not intimidated. But something is up. Something is definitely. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. Something is definitely going on with this familial situation. Something is not right. But yeah, I don't like how she didn't answer the question. She was evasive. And I guess he's just, like we're going back to the pickleball. Hello.
Okay. Hey. Um, so let's go on now. While we wait for Rika Shoprite to come back in, let's go ahead and talk more next.
Okay.
Now let's talk about this whole situation because I couldn't feel any ounce. Okay, can you
I'm
hear
sorry.
us?
Yeah, but I'm hearing like a radio or something playing in the background. Like you guys don't
From
hear that?
a radio?
Yeah, it's like a talk show, a radio show. Okay, I'm sorry.
Really?
Don't mind me. Just to wrap it up, I guess he just went along with it just to appease Wendy. But when the man asked him at the pickleball, bro, so you don't know me? You don't know me, bro? You don't know me? And Eddie wouldn't give an answer. Same as when they asked her in the confessional, did he unfollow him? And she didn't give an answer.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's talk about this situation between Mia and her husband Galona. Like I couldn't feel bad for them, and I do understand where they are coming from. They literally went to see a therapist, and she made some certain points about the fact that she wants him to stop working too much. But I understood his own point of view. He knows the wife he married. He knows she's high maintenance, and he knows that he needs to give her the best of the best, and he has to work his ass off to give that best of the best because people his fear would be like, if I cannot afford to give her that best of the best, there's a possibility or probability that she might leave me and go and meet somebody else that can give her that best of the best. So I understand where he's coming from. Like, I feel like he's not really a workaholic. He's just like, I want to give you the best. I probably before I got married to you, I promised to give you the best of the best in life. And I need to keep that promise and give you that best in life. And in so doing, because of we lost a lot, we got kicked out from the company and or whatnot. I have to work times to be able to afford the kind of lifestyle that you want. But she's saying, I want you home, I want you close by, I want you always there for me and the kids. But can she handle the consequences? That's my question. Can she handle the consequences that comes with him working less or maybe going into retirement and staying at home with the kids? Can she handle not being able to afford most of the things she was able to afford, not being able to be able to go to all the vacations she likes going to, like per usual, all those fancy lifestyles she was able to live because of him working and getting that money. Can she be able to cut off those things and understand that, okay, you are home now, I understand that, and I want to enjoy you as a husband? That's just my own question. Can Mia be able to withstand the consequences of her saying she doesn't want her husband to work that much?
Right. I mean, I agree, because losing one income, yeah, you have to make adjustments, and she's living pretty large, you know what I'm saying? So my first thought was like, what kind of income is she bringing in? Is she gonna be able to like hold it down for the both of them? You know, so yeah, I just kind of thought that question, and then I kind of felt bad as they were more getting into the discussion where she said that she was on the verge of divorce and he didn't have a clue,
Yeah,
you know. So, I mean, he didn't know it was getting that bad, but like she said, they're doing a lot of arguing, without any resolutions to it. So I just felt that I felt bad for him, I mean, because he's an older dude, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to
hmm,
hang on to this younger chick, you know, and, it seems like for her, maybe what attracted her was the flashiness, the money, the prestige,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And now that he doesn't have it, you know, or he's losing grips of it, like is she the type of chick that's gonna hold him down? Or is she gonna go her way and hey, give me some child support, some alimony while you at it?
I thought this scene was kind of weird at first because they never told us what this was. There was like the lady's name was never displayed. It never gave her title. I had to rewind it to be like, okay, what is this? Is this a counseling session? Is this a financial planner? They never said. And then,
Mhm.
like, when I rewound it, then it was like right before they walked into the building, there was a mug that said something about therapy. But usually they
yeah.
will tell you who this yeah, they never said who she was. But anyway, yeah, it was interesting conversation. It was great to hear him say that he wanted to continue to provide for them. It's unfortunate, the financial issues that they're facing. But then she said that she wanted him to retire. And I know I've heard some people saying that they didn't understand that. Well, you want him to work or he needs money, but then how do you want him to retire? I'm going to assume that he must have a retirement plan. Well, he will get income, monthly income from his retirement, but it may not be as much as he wants it to be. So that's probably why he would prefer to continue working right now. Perhaps that income is more than his retirement income because I've been, listening to some reviews where people are saying, well, if he retires, then how is he going to make money? Like, I'm sure he has a retirement that's going to be coming in, but it's probably just not as much as, he would like for it to be. But that's all I have to say about that scene.
He was, I just hope they can work through their differences. And although I don't know, I'm skeptical about the marriage itself. So we're just gonna wait to see how that will play out in the future. Now, this scene when now they're in Texas, and this scene felt awkward to me. I don't know if it's only me, but I felt like this was very awkward. Like Robyn is saying the same thing happened to her, then you are saying the same thing happened to you. Okay, tell us the lawyer's name. Although I know they might want to prove like protect his family and everything, but all of a sudden we're hearing about the lawyer that stole your money and committed suicide. For me, it sounded fishy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it sounded fishy to me.
Well, I mean, if it actually happened, I feel bad, you know. Um, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know how these two ended up. I thought they were all at the same hotel. What was up to them walking somewhere, or were they walking to a restaurant? Or, I didn't get that part.
I think they met up separately to have a little chat before they met up with the other ladies.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't understand how those two got together. Not unless, production said, hey, your stories are kind of similar. Let's put you two together so you could talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just didn't understand, like, how the rest of the ladies were there, and these two were the late ones, and they're walking, you know, to this place. So it just seemed kind of odd, but I remember when that incident happened in Robyn's life, with her and Juan, and Juan's best friend. It's just, it's sad. Suicide is sad.
Yeah, I think they were all gonna meet by the pool, and I think Mia said to Robin, "I want to talk to you." I think that's what ended happen, and then that's why they went and took a walk and talked. But you're right. I thought the same thing when I saw them. Like, when do these two ever communicate with each other? Like,
Right.
I mean, they don't have any beef, but like, when did I never see them hanging out? But yeah, it was a real sad
Yeah.
story that she described, and it was good that she did talk to Robin because Robin, did experience something similar, but it was so sweet that Mia was more concerned about the man's
The
family.
family.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really sweet. But then I feel bad that she said she felt like it was her fault, their fault, because had they not pursued it. But then again, like Robin said to her, you're not the probably not the only one that this person did this to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that happens a lot. People like with accountants and attorneys, people just steal from these people and they trust them. Okay, you're going to manage my money. And then they just
Yeah.
take it.
Um, it was just a strange scene to me, but I was happy that she was very sympathetic to the family of the lawyer himself. I was very happy that she was, but it was just too strange. I don't know. The season is beginning to weigh down on me a lot because I'm like, what the hell is going on in this season? What the hell is going on in this season? But
Yeah, can I ask
we
you
just
ladies
keep,
a question though? Like,
yeah.
if it was you, like, would you go after your family member over your money, or would you just be like, nah, we're family. you know, I, I don't want to take anything from you that that's mine.
I'll
So
go after my family member.
would you go after your family for your money?
I would. I would.
Okay.
I don't know if I would. I think I'd be on the fence too. If it's a family member, I don't know. It depends on how much money it
Um,
was. Yeah.
it depends. Okay, yes, it depends on how much or how large of this thing you're dragging is. If it's something very small, I might just like, you know what, I'm just gonna allow it go. But if it's something on the high side, I definitely would want to, you know. But before I will let it get to that extent, I think I'll give you a little bit of grace, like have a chat with you, like I'll try to be reasonable with you and talk it out to see if there's any way we can come to a conclusion, like, okay, this day you can be able to get me something instead of going full force. Then the only reason that will go full force on you is if after the patience and the grace you still don't do what you needed to do, then I might then go full force on you. I think that's how I'm gonna handle mine.
Right. Well, me personally, I'm a lawyer up on the for real side, because, like, you taking from me is taken from my kids, which is taken from my grandkids and my great grands. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we're not about to do that because I'm not the type of person. I don't take nothing that's not mine. I don't borrow anything that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like fair is fair. You know, now once I get it, if you need a loan, hey, that's something totally different. But you're not just gonna take from me, willingly take from me, just because you feel like my head is turned right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lawyer up. You know, so I said that just to say that, you know, Mia's husband, you know, I feel that he's doing the right thing. You know, that's just like if you guys had a house, right? And you trusted your real estate agent, right? And your real estate agent said, hey, sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. We found a buyer, sign all these papers. And then once your house is sold, you're waiting on your money and it never comes because the real estate agent done did something shaky and janky where the money's coming down to them. Would you go after somebody like that? I mean, would you go after yours? My answer is yes. And that's the only reason why I said it, to make reference to what Mia's husband did. I felt
Yeah.
he was within his right.
Yeah. He's trying. Mia's husband is literally trying. I literally hope the marriage works out. I hope for his own sake that the marriage works out. But there's a scene I forgot to talk about, or I forgot to put it on my slide. When Nneka and her husband went to see the fertility doctor
Oh, jeez.
and were looking for a child, I just want to make this point. I wish them well in trying to get the children and for them to get what they want. But did you notice how kind of a little bit condescending Nneka is?
Yes, I see Mecca as she looks like she wears the pants. You know, I mean, yeah, I can say shut up to my mate, but he's gonna tell me to shut the hell up right back. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna just sit there and be like, okay,
Yeah, she
like,
didn't care about the cameras, and she was just like, "Shut up if you don't have anything to say. I don't even know." Like I was like, Jesus Christ,
yeah, was it all that serious? You know what I'm saying? That was like a
it
total
wasn't that
embarrassment.
serious.
Yeah, that was like a total embarrassment for him. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really particularly like that because I didn't understand where the outburst was from. You know, so that scene there was just, they could have kept that out.
Yeah. What did you think about the scene of Nneka surprising of Nneka and her husband in the hospital?
Oh, it was fine. I think she was just kind of like discounting his thoughts because he's a physician. It's like I'd listen to him. Like I don't know. She was just kind of downplaying his ability. But I noticed that she said she was 35, and didn't
Yeah,
that
she
change?
lied
Didn't
about
that?
her age.
Yes, that changed later on. But I guess we'll talk about that later.
No, I was talking about we were talking about the fact that she sounded a little tiny bit condescending to her husband. You actually like kind of shut him up there, even when he was trying to just be jovial and playful. I thought he was just trying to lighten up her mood, but she was just like, you know what? I'm not
Yeah,
here for it.
and he's a physician too, and it was just like I think he would have a lot more understanding of how this works than you do. So yeah, but I guess they're still together.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so I think this is the main event of today's episode of yesterday's episode. This is the main event. Now, I'm gonna say. It's funny that um I love. Firstly, there were a lot of talking points. Firstly, we'll talk about Giselle and Candace. Did you notice the change in story in Giselle's stories about Chris? The slight change in storyline. Like it's now the story Giselle is telling us is that he um, took her into the room and locked her up. Like how many versions of this story is Giselle gonna tell?
Right. She said he made me go into a room.
Like he made you really. When I heard that, I was like another storyline, another version. Giselle needs to take several seats, and it pissed me off when she was like, the reason why I don't talk to Candy is for my own mental health, for the sanity of myself and my children. Did you think about the sanity of Candace and her own mental health before you went ahead and made those stupid allegations about her husband, knowing that's not what it was? Did you think about that? And the way Candice like told her that, did you think about that when you were doing what you were doing? And she was like, that's the end. Like she didn't care about Candice's feeling, but she wanted Candice to care about her own feelings. How is that possible?
Well, I don't understand why they still talking about it. I mean, you know, Giselle, you should be glad that anybody. I mean, Giselle, she's a nice looking woman. Don't get me wrong, but girl, look, she need to go out and
I
find
don't
her
know
some
what she's doing on
business.
this cast.
Well, she needs to go out and find some business. Ain't nobody husband like trying to get after her. You know what I'm saying? She's uncoordinated. She can't dance. You know, she dresses like an old maid. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like the way she dresses. Half the stuff she wears, I'm like, why? Why'd you pull that out the back of the closet? You know? So I don't know what she's doing with the money that she gets from doing the show, but the show ain't shopping.
Right. And then for her to say, for the safety of her children, did she say that too? Her safety and her children's safety?
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Like, okay,
what
come on.
is
So
Chris
maybe,
coming after him?
right. Like, is that the excuse that she gave production? She could be trying to play that role like, oh, I'm concerned for my safety because Candace did say that, if she ignores me, then she thinks that I'm going to disappear. So I guess maybe Candace is referring to, you're going to try to ice me out of the show, by not talking to me, not filming with me. Of course, they wouldn't be probably filming one on one, but turning other people against me. So then why would I, remain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad that I was glad that Candice told her to her face so that she would let her know like I clocked your plan.
Right.
Which is I don't know what Giselle is doing. I don't know what Giselle is doing here. I don't know what Ashley is doing here. I don't know what Mia is doing here. I don't know what Robyn is doing here. Literally, they are very useless set of cast members on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Like very useless.
Well, Ashley definitely has a following, and I was shocked. But as I mentioned, the states that she was going to, Minnesota, Arizona, Texas,
She has
she has.
it's not about. I don't think she's a reality TV kind of person. I don't think reality TV is for her because like she's about the mess, but her mess they don't come as authentic as it should come. Like I don't know how to explain it. Her
It's so
mess is
obvious.
yes, it's not original. Like you just be like, you know what, I'm over this.
That's why I don't understand why Wendy, oh, Ashley, I understand. Oh, Ashley's like, Wendy, you know that she was trying to start some mess. But I think she must have gone too far because now I don't know why Wendy keeps bringing it up. And then whenever it's brought up, she has this look on her face like, oh no, maybe she's afraid that Wendy's mother may submit her name.
Oh my god. So when I see the favorite, I was so excited. Oh my god. Oh, oh. Eh, and another thing is that these ladies were all sitting down here. I did you notice that most of them were trying to avoid the witchcraft topic being brought up, except Giselle. Giselle, in her mindiness, decided she wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, because she doesn't like Wendy. And you can tell that she's because didn't she and NECA, didn't they arrive together?
Yeah, they did. What
Yeah,
was
so
Nneka wearing, by the way?
they're at a pool.
I didn't. Like it was not flattering. Like it was not like eye catchy.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
I think she's a very attractive lady. She's tall, she's
no,
lean.
no, she's an
And
Amazon princess.
she's what?
She's an Amazon princess. Like she's tall. She
Right.
has the leg.
And I think that that's part of the issue. We'll talk about that later. Can't wait.
Now let's talk about the main issue, the witchcraft stuff, or the Wendy versus Nneka stuff. Because Giselle decided in her mind herself that she wanted to bring that up and be like she felt uncomfortable with everything. How are you the one feeling uncomfortable in the first place? What business of yours is it? It's between Wendy and Nneka. Nobody else. So I don't understand why Giselle should be saying I feel uncomfortable about it. Like, please, like, dead me with that. Like, literally. Now, but out of the way, they decided to bring about it. One thing I don't like is that Nneka becomes very abrasive when, or somehow aggressive when it comes to the topic being brought up. She always goes from a 0 to 100 all of a sudden, and I'm like, chill. We will see here what you have to say. Like she just goes so hard when the topic gets to be talked about, and it doesn't make sense to me. Now I don't know whether I did say this last week, but I said I feel like this issue is less of the witchcraft and more of an internal family issue. I don't know whether I said it last week. That
Yes,
I
yeah,
know
I
for
think you
sure
said
that
it. Yeah, you said it.
yeah. I said it, so I said I can vouch that this is less of the witchcraft and more of an internal family issue that is going on in the family, and everybody has chosen a side they want to stand on, or choosing a person they want to stand with, and that is what is going on here. I did say it last week, and that is what is playing out right now, going on. That that is probably with the receipts that has been brought out. That is what is coming. That is what it seemed like. That is just a family issue that they decided to be stupid about and disgrace themselves, because I feel like it's an utter disgrace between themselves and their families, and they decided to just come up here and turn it up to this witchcraft nonsense, and something that could have easily, like, literally been resolved. Like Wendy would, or sorry, Nneka should have just called Wendy at the side and be like, this, and avoided all this nonsense. Now, I'm gonna say that Wendy, you could have been honest from the beginning. Nobody would have come for you. Now it seems like you're flip flopping, and I don't like it.
Well, I mean, Nneka, she
That's just
made a lot of good points. You know what I'm saying? As far
yeah,
as catching Wendy in all her lies and stuff,
her lies. Yeah,
you know. So it just kind of made me like, okay, what are you hiding, Wendy? Like you're hiding something, you know. Is it the fact that you wanted to be the only uh
Nigerian.
Nigerian, yeah, on the show? Or is it
Yeah,
because they put another Nigerian on the show and she's younger, you know, she's kidless, you know, and
is she really younger?
well, I'm pretty sure she's younger than Wendy.
I think Wendy and Candace are supposed to be close in age.
Really?
I think Wendy is probably like maybe in her late 30s.
Mm.
She should be older than, because she said she was 35 and she came, she said she's in her 40s. I don't really know what age she is. In the doctor's office, she said she was 35, and in the group with the lady, she said she was in her 40s. So I don't know. I don't know what age I should believe that she is, really.
I'm not sure. I just thought for some reason that Wendy was, maybe about 4, 5 years older than that guy.
No, I don't think she's that old because when we were first introduced to her, I remember Monique saying to Wendy, "Oh, I thought you were older than me." Not saying you look older, but you just seem more mature.
Right.
And at that time, Monique was probably 38, 37. That was a few years ago.
Hmm. So that would make Wendy in her 40s, right?
No, Monique thought that Wendy was older than Monique. And Monique
Oh.
at the time was like 37.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I would think that probably Wendy may be 38, maybe
Mhm.
39. I don't think she's 40 yet. And I don't think she's in her 40s at all.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, Shoprite, I wanted to get your perspective because I know, although I have the receipts that Wendy was bringing up, we'll put it up on the slide and talk about it. Well, contrary, let's first talk about the show. What was said on the show, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She decided to say, Nneka was like, um, bringing receipts saying that Lebe, is it Lebe they call her? Sorry, I hope.
You should have said Lebe, Lebe.
I don't want to pronounce
We
the
were
name.
waiting for you to tell us how to say it.
I
You
don't know.
you
I see
struggling
that
over
name is
there?
very strange to me. I don't think I've really heard that much in the Igbo land. Like, so I was surprised that that's so her name. So I don't know.
You said Lebe
She
Iwu.
Lebe. It's the surname that is Igbo, but the Lebe. I don't know. I'm not really sure of that name very well. So she decided she said that Lebe called her and told her of some certain things, and um um when they decided to be like, okay, I'm gonna call out, okay, which dates were these calls happening. Now another thing was that Neka was talking about the dates, but she wasn't showing us the dates. She was like on the 4th, on the 14th, on whatever dates. And Wendy was like, okay, I need to confirm those dates. And Wendy was like, okay, now Wendy was first like, I don't know you. Then it now became, oh, my sister and Lebe were formerly friends. That is why I felt like Wendy should have been honest from the beginning to say, me and Wendy, my sister and Lebe have been friends, but right now they're falling out. Probably the fallout was a very big issue. And that is, for me, in my opinion, like I said last week, this is an internal family issue that happened. And I feel that was the catalyst of all this. The breakup between Lebe and Wendy's sister was huge. And it caused a big catastrophe in the family. And everybody has taken the side. Fortunately, Nneka has taken her cousin-in-law's side. Why? Of course, Wendy's going to take her sister's side. Now it looks like the both of them are on different sides of the battle. Now, my own is like, why should Nneka come and fight a battle that is not hers specifically, or neither Wendy specifically, but because um you just want to be out there, you started trying to conjure storylines and stories that didn't make sense to me and bring us back to culture. And she said that this is a very serious issue. That she did say it in our professionals today, right? In the episode, that it's a very serious thing. You just don't play with that. And you know, it's a serious thing. You don't play with that. And you just came out and blotted it out. Now, another thing that I felt like Wendy shouldn't have done in this episode was read out the message that Mia, her mom said to Mia. I'm not going to lie. In my culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we talk to people, you should wait to see how our moms or parents, let's say moms are like mother bears, like they're very protective, especially over their daughters. You should
Mm-hmm.
wait to see how my mom will curse you out if you talk about me in any slightest way. My mom was alive. My mom doesn't care who you are. You try to talk about her daughter in a wrong way, you will get it. You will get told off. And that's how most people in Nigeria do. You don't, there's this thing, don't discipline my child for me in Nigeria. Let me discipline my child for myself. You can come and complain to me, this is what my child did to you, but don't you try to say you want to caution or you want to tell them like, oh, you're not trained well. You don't do that in a Nigerian home or try to tell a Nigerian mother that her child is not, well trained or something, because you should be prepared to be cursed out. So Maya got what a Nigerian mom, any Nigerian mom. I'm not saying what Maya and what Wendy's mom did, but I'm saying that if my mom was in the place of Wendy's mom, she would have said was, or even no, she would have said the same thing or worse than what Wendy's mom did say. But she was still trying to be lenient, and she said the ending part where she said the prayer part, that was like a prayer, and that's why I said in our culture there's a way we pray.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did not stay around us, you would not understand. Somebody might see us in our kind of prayer mood and feel like, wow, is this kind of uh witchery or what the hell is going on around here? You
Is
might think that
crater face a part of the prayer?
is no, that's an insult. That's what I said. That's an insult. She insulted um Mia at no at the first instant. I meant the ending part. I've forgotten what she said at the ending.
You did. You
Um,
said at the end. So the beginning part. So is that okay to say that too? And then say in Jesus' name? Is that okay?
think
Crater face.
that's no. I wasn't saying that. I don't. Like, what I said
No,
was
I understand what you're saying. I'm just joking. I'm just joking because I'm saying,
yeah,
yes, the ending was possibly a prayer, but is it
yes,
okay for the mother to insult Mia and Peter the way that she did, and then now Wendy is trying to excuse the behavior and say, well, that's not bad. That wasn't anything about offering up any names. That was not any terminology that she used or being accused of you
yeah,
of using. The stuff that she said was inappropriate. And to get on Twitter, you're a mother. You
yeah,
are not a part of this show. Why are you
yeah,
calling out these characters? And your sister, you're not your sister, your daughter has to work with these people. So
yeah.
it just kind of showed that she has a pattern of this sort of behavior.
Because that's what I'm trying to explain. That's what I'm saying. That if it was not even Wendy's mom, if it was my mom, if I was amongst this cast, and my mom knows about this particular person that is literally always on my neck, looking for every opportunity to look down on me, insult me, my mom would have done probably giving her the same insult or even worse.
Okay, I
Because
understand.
what I'm trying to say is that most Nigerian parents, especially the moms, and when it comes to especially their daughters, they are like mother bears, like don't come for my daughter. They believe in this thing that the only person that can discipline, insult, beat up, talk trash about their daughters is only them and them alone. You will see your Nigerian mother literally talk trash about you, like talk trash about you. But once another person, even in the same room, maybe you hear my mom talk trash about me and you be like, oh, I want to join this group and decide to talk trash about me, she would turn on you so fast. Because the thing is, the belief is that the only person that can talk trash about their daughters is the mothers and their mothers alone. Any other person has absolutely no right. And if you try it, whatever you see, you take it. So that's why me, I'm saying that I do understand where Wendy, I'm not saying that Wendy's mom was right. That was not right because she was not on the show. It was never her business. These are the people that she works with. I believe she should have allowed Wendy to handle the issue by herself, the way she wanted to handle it. But I felt like the Nigerian mother in her came out saying that her daughter was being, maybe she felt like her daughter was being trampled on by these people, and she decided, you know what, I'm just gonna cuss you out the way I would normally cuss anybody in Nigeria. If it was somebody else in Nigeria that she cussed out like that, the person would have understood that yes, because she came for her daughter, that's why she received those curses, those insults. You're right. Well, because it's not somebody from Nigeria, so the person is like, "Oh, why are you in the business? Why are you in our business?"
Well, I don't really think, and excuse me for interrupting, but I don't really think it has anything to do really with a Nigerian woman or Nigerian mother, simply because
Yeah,
I'm a mother. Let me give you an
yeah,
example. I had a daughter in college. She was staying in her own apartment. She moved this other chick in. The other chick's mother came to visit, during Christmas vacation. Christmas vacation lasted like almost a month and she's still visiting, to where she's like, telling my daughter what she can do in her apartment and what she can't do. It's like you were supposed to be here for a visit. My daughter called me. She was like, "Hey, look, her mother's here. She won't leave. You know, um, she's taking over." So I had to drive like about 70 miles out of my way, go down there and check her mother. Her mother was uh, uh, from Utah. No, not Utah. Oregon. She was a Wiccan. That's a witch, right? So, and her daughter was a little older than my daughter. So, they were like trying to double team my daughter and all up in her face. And then once I got there, believe me, things didn't happen the way they thought it was. I had to go there and regulate, put my foot down, jump all up in this lady's face, pack her shit, and put her out the door, you know.
yeah,
And then I told
Wow.
her daughter, you got 48 hours to vacate yourself. Because little did they know I rented that place for my daughter to be close to school. So everything was in my name. The daughter had, she hadn't really set up residency there before she let her, I guess, homeless mother come or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that, yeah, if somebody is out to destroy my child, my daughter, my precious mini me, you know, any of my little mini me's. Yeah, I'm all up in it. I don't care if it's my fight or not. This is what you get when you mess with that one. Go mess with somebody else. You won't get this probably. But
yeah.
that one there, that's mine. And yeah, I'm the only one that can talk crap. hmm You know, my husband better not
Yeah,
say a word. Their mates better not say a word. Don't let me hear you say anything about my little mini me's. Are you gonna deal with me? I'm nothing nice to deal with. So that's why they kind of close their mouths and keep it in your brain. We're supposed to be. Don't say it out loud. And if you do, if I hear it, I'm gonna be the first to confront you. I
well,
think that's a mother's thing, because as mothers, we sacrifice for our kids. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We put our kids before us. If somebody needs something, if we need something, we'll never get it because do the kids first. So
Did
when I see that my kid is being mistreated, and I think about all my sacrificing and all the hard work that I did, it enrages me.
yeah. Did you also see the way when Wendy was reading that Shopify thing? When Wendy was reading the stuff that Wendy's mom said about Mia, and she got to the last part, she laughed because she knew that laughter was a laughter for me, was a laughter that she recognized that her mom wasn't really saying anything evil or trying to be witchcrafty or anything against Mia.
I
Neka knew.
disagree. Now, yeah, I disagree. I don't think it was witchcrafty, but it was inappropriate. Like it kind for me it confirmed. I'm here. Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, I heard an echo. To me it confirms the suspicions regarding the mother's behavior and that she. You guys don't hear? I'm hearing myself.
Really? I
Maybe
can
you're
hear
too
you.
close. Maybe you're
Oh,
too
okay.
close to the mic.
It confirmed the NECA's accusations that the mother may be doing this sort of thing. Now I understand you said that at the end it was a prayer, and I understand you said that mothers, this is how they are. Nigerian mom is going to fight and protect for her daughter, but to behave that sort of way when your daughter is on a television show, you're getting it on Instagram or Twitter or whatever and railing stuff towards Mia and Peter. On it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And for Giselle to bring that up, I think Giselle is trying to establish that this may be a pattern of behavior for the mom. So to me, it didn't look good. It didn't make the mother look good at all. It seems like it's demonstrating the mother does have a pattern of this type of behavior. And as you can
Yeah,
see, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
of course, I believe that the mother has this pattern of behavior, and but the thing is, we should ask ourselves: would her mom just sit down and just go off on anybody like a mental case if she
No,
didn't
no, no,
get
no,
an
no,
action from you?
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah, and I don't think the mother just was doing that to just anybody. There was a reason why she did it to Mia because Mia did throw that drink at Wendy and wanted to fight Wendy and swing. Yeah, I can understand. She was very upset about that. Now, in the case with NECA is now saying that your mom submitting the names or whatever, and now we
Yeah,
find out that there's more to the story than just that. But so far, it doesn't look good for Wendy. And now we're finding out some stuff what was going on off screen, which I believe most of us had figured that something else is going on. And the fact that why are Wendy and Eddie pretending like they don't know these people? I don't know you. I don't know you. Okay, I can understand maybe you guys are not friends, but you know of this woman. You know of her family. But for you to say, I don't know them, now it makes you look so bad that all this stuff is coming out. And then in your confessionals, when they ask you if he unfriended him, you didn't answer. And it's just like, oh, Wendy, like, oh, why did you let them do this to you? I know you're smarter than this. And now you've allowed them to put you in this bad position. But I think she's going to come out of it. She's a smart woman. She's confident. I
she's
think
gonna
she'll
come
be
out
able to.
because I feel like it's not also helping Nika in any way because she too decided that she was gonna bring her. I think I'm even gonna watch because she said she was gonna talk about it on her um YouTube stuff. So I think I'm gonna after we're done with this live, I'm gonna go watch her YouTube because she's gonna address it. Well, now we know that a lot of people were speculating that it was an internal issue, which is now truthfully say that yes, this is more of an internal issue. But this internal issue, the question is, what was it involving Wendy and Neka? No, I felt like Neka decided to put herself in that place to get a storyline for herself. Now, Carlos King, I don't know if you watched Carlos King review talk about this the previous episode, and he said something. He said, "Did you saw it right?"
Yes.
Yeah. So he said something, and it kind of made a little bit of sense that it could be that she didn't really per se. She just when she was being casted, she was like, "Oh, I do know Wendy." She then decided to throw Wendy's name. Now, Wendy, in short, Wendy did not want Nneka on this cast, and I can say it's not because um really fear of not having another Nigerian on the scroll. I don't think it's because of her not wanting another Nigerian or she wants to be the only Nigerian on the show. No, I feel it's because of we we know how these women trying to turn against you in an instant, and I feel like she wanted to bring a person that she knows that this person is my friend, so that in case there's a quarrel, in case there's a fight, in case there's anything, I know this person is going to have my back. I know that it's not going to be a situation of by tomorrow this person is now aligning herself with Robyn and Giselle. So I feel like because of the family dynamics they have, because this is a family stuff, she knew and she knows that she cannot trust Neka like that to say, okay, let me bring Neka into this. She knew that Neka could not have been trusted, or she did not trust in Neka to be able to stand by her in whatever thing that would go on in this group. And that's why I feel like she wanted to bring her friend. I don't think it's the fact of, oh, she wanted to be the only Nigerian girl. No. I felt to the fact like she decided that I've seen how this group works, and I feel like I need to bring somebody that I trust will have my back no matter what, or what is said about me, or what is thrown to me, than rather than having somebody that tomorrow, someone like Ashley that says, I'm your friend, but goes at your back and says trash about you, or goes at the confessionals and literally talk trash about you. So I feel like that is why she didn't want Neka, not because of the Nigerian babes thing. No,
Okay, I have a quick question. Was she going to be
yeah,
Neka's entrance into the group? Because you're going to read the text messages, right?
yes,
Okay. Was she
yeah.
supposed to be Neka's entrance into? I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I feel like she wanted to be. I feel she wanted to be. I think Wendy went. Sorry, Neka wanted Wendy, or she wanted to tell Wendy of it, and probably didn't go well at her for her
I
actually.
I don't think
And
that's what happened. Are you going to read Neka's responses too, or just Wendy's?
I literally didn't get Neka's responses. That's
Okay, I'll
like
tell you after you're done. I'll tell you. Go ahead.
okay. Now we had Wendy saying, and yes, my sister and your cousin in law did have a fallout. One of the many reasons being Lebe, was name dropping me, calling me her cousin to get a BBL. The whole squad is full of clout chasers. And we had this whole exchange of text between Lebe and um Wendy.
What
I
does she
think this
mean
is
by
before
tweening?
my twin is like it's like they're friends now.
Okay,
Like
I didn't know
names
if it
like
meant like
hey
maybe they're
twinny.
born the same day, maybe they look alike. I didn't know what
No,
they
no,
meant
no,
by
no, no.
twin.
Twinny is like someone you call someone. Maybe you guys think alike.
Okay, thank you.
My twinny, like twin. So we add the like twinny at the back. Like it's just like a pigeon kind of English. so so I think maybe they understand each other. They think alike. So
So it does
that's why
show
she
that they
was.
are friends then, right?
Yes, they are friends.
Yes, when Wendy
That
said
and
that
that's
they
why I
were
called
not.
out Wendy.
Well,
That's why I
Wendy has
called
just
out
messed
Wendy.
herself up with all of this.
That's why I did call out Wendy, that Wendy should have just come out straight up and said, I know Lebe. Unfortunately, we have fallen out because her and my sister fell out. And I chose to stand by my sister. It is not wrong. Sometimes it has
No, it's
happened
not.
where you said,
I said, no, it's not wrong. If you and my sister are not
yeah,
cool, we're not cool. Yeah, I get it.
exactly. So if you're not cool with my sister, and I said I fine, I can't be friends with you because you're not cool with my sister, you cannot be coming around me. Nobody would have taken an offense with it. So I felt like Wendy should have just been honest, come out, say it. Yes, we were friends at one time, and yeah, and you know, Neka called her out and was like, "Oh, but the fact is that you made her your godmother. Your, so is it God your daughter your is it goddaughter or whatever? I don't know what she said. Um, you made your daughter her you made her your godmother, the godmother to your daughter, right? I think
Hmm.
that's what she said. Yeah. So, but for that part, I feel like Neka didn't win the argument because I'm also a Nigerian, and I feel like in Nigeria we really sometimes I know it's you guys that take it very traditional that you make your you made the godmother to your daughter someone that you know you're close with. My own godmother is someone my mom was not close with. She doesn't that they're not close, but she just felt like um she felt like my spirit and the person's spirit like we walked together, and she felt like we had this connection, and she just made the person my godmother. So they were never friends. So you can literally make somebody your daughter's godmother without even being friends with the person. So I don't think she won that argument in my point of view, standing from a Nigerian point of view. Because if we look at it at the Western side, like okay, you guys you make godmothers and goddaughters and godson or whatever to people that you're close to, but
Right.
we don't really classify it to maybe people that were very close to. It could just be that you just like the way this person responded to your child, you just love the way your child is very receptive to this person, that you can make the person your child's godmother. It's not compulsory to be close friends, you know, body, all those kind of things. So that part she didn't get me for that, because I understand where Wendy was coming from. That sometimes it's not about being close to the person that makes the person. It might just be that I love your way of thinking. I love the way you do things that made me make you my daughter's godmother. So that's that part. Did she reply to this part, Neka?
Um, I'll go ahead and read it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, she did. She replied to the text, but you want me to read it now, or are you going to read the
yeah.
second one? Okay, it says, wait, so you're familiar with me, and suddenly you know Lebe. I had a relationship with Bravo for 2 years, but I used your name. So that's why I said I don't think Aneka was supposed, I'm sorry, I don't think Neka was going to go through Wendy. I don't think Wendy was going to introduce her on the show. I don't think that was the
And
plan.
that's what I'm saying, that I did say that I don't think Wendy wanted her on the show
No,
because
I thought earlier you were saying that Wendy
no, you
wanted
were
to
saying wait,
bring,
wait.
go ahead.
No. I thought you asked me a question like, did you think that she wanted to go through Wendy? I was like, probably she wanted to go through Wendy.
Yeah, yeah. And that
That's what I
Wendy
was saying.
wanted
That
to
probably
bring
she
her
wanted.
own homegirl, somebody who she knew would have
Yes,
her
but
back. Yeah,
exactly,
right,
that's why I
right.
said
Okay.
I feel like Wendy has seen the situation like this family were not really close, and I don't want a situation of tomorrow somebody is backstabbing me, so I need to bring my own home girl that I know that would have my back no matter what.
So that's what I don't understand. If NECA was not going to come through Wendy in the first place,
Yeah,
why does Wendy have an issue with NECA? Why does she pretend like she didn't know her at the Ashley's housewarming party, at pickleball? Why did you unfollow the husband? If this lady was not going to come for you. It says for 2 years she's had a relationship with Bravo, and then she said, but I use your name. Now you're fabricating text too. Where does that text say I wanted to meet with you? It doesn't. Tell
but
the truth. And
but it okay, the part of the text, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let me get to the text part. Where is the text? Oh, wow, I need to get the text.
It's a text message that has an L at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one. That's
yeah.
it.
Say, hey love, how are you? I'm good, darling. how you're doing, schedule look. I would love to get together for brunch or dinner. My in-laws just moved here from LA and Bravo's production team has approached her about coming on the show. Hey twin, my schedule is nothing naughty. Just let me know some days you are. Is there any other? Okay, I think this is the only part she posted
Right. And
about
did you
it.
notice? You notice it was 10 days later. It was 10 days later. She
That
messaged
she
her on
replied.
March 19th. Yes.
Yeah,
So that just kind of makes me think that she had an issue with the lady coming on the show. And no, the lady was not coming through. It doesn't seem like she was trying to use Winnie to get on the show. It seems like Bravo approached her 2 years ago. Perhaps maybe there is someone else that they mutually know. I think it's one of these other ladies on the show that she does know. And I think, and I could be wrong, but I'm just really
yeah,
surprised at how the way Wendy is moving. It's okay, this lady, and maybe you
yeah,
guys are not friends, but
yeah,
Lebe, Lebe
yeah,
very well. And then we find out
yeah,
that she just didn't look good at all. But like I said, she's smart. I think she'll pull herself out of this. But the first few episodes, everybody was hating on Nneka. Now, last episode, the tides are turning. People are kind of like, wait a minute. We prejudged this lady. So I'm wondering if perhaps Wendy's sister and mother, did they have an
mm,
issue with Nneka coming on the show because Nneka's
yeah,
tall, she's attractive, she comes from money, her husband is a physician. Maybe they thought she was going to be some
mm-hmm.
competition. And I don't know why they would think that, but maybe because Wendy is not getting along with all of the girls, maybe they thought she may be Wendy's replacement. And that's why all of this madness is occurring.
Makes sense.
I do get what you were saying. Truthfully, it was a thoughtful. It was a lot of things. That's why I said I felt like Wendy should have been on it from the beginning. You get,
Right. And she
but
wouldn't look so bad
the
now.
fact is, she doesn't really. The streets are not really that harsh on her that
Well,
much.
she looked bad at the end of the episode when she kept saying she didn't know that, babe, that's my sister's friend. That's my sister's friend. And then for the girls to say, but you honored her or
Yeah,
whatever,
no, but
that
yeah,
looks
I do
terrible.
understand. I do understand that part because I had a friend before. There was a time I had this guy friend. We're very close, and he had a sister, and automatically I decided, it's like friendship by extension. I had to be friends to the sister because sometimes I go to the house to visit, and he might not be at home when I go, so I'll just have to. I can't just be sitting down looking like, just looking at the wall. So I would just try to talk to the sis. Then I became a friend to the sister by extension.
Mhm.
By having her as a friend as extension, we became close, very close because of we always met each other whenever the brother was not around. Before I knew what was going on, we became close, very close, even closer than I was to my actual friend, the guy. Now, me and the guy fell out at one certain time. Then it's automatically just be like, it was just like, what, we fell out. I have to fall out with this person, like this my friend. She had to fall out with me too because her brother was falling out with me. So there was just this fallout between all of us. And it's not because I had an issue with this person, but because I had an issue with my main friend, who was her brother. She cut off the relationship with me because I had an issue with her brother. So I do understand if she knew Lebe, it might be, yes, she knew Lebe from her sister, and probably in the long run, her and Lebe became friends because probably they liked the way they think. They maybe something just attracted her to Lebe. She became close to her. Now they fell out. They fell out. Everybody has gone their separate way, and I believe that fallout. The problem, what I believe, all this thing is because, see, I'm gonna say it, and I'm still going to say it. The both of them are lying.
Mhm.
Both Nneka and Wendy, they are both lying. Because if you sit down and you will see that if you still go to the comment section and people that are still Nigerians will still tell you they don't believe Neka.
Mm.
And I still told you
What
that
is
I
it that they
believe.
don't believe? What is it they don't believe?
Why I don't believe is because I told you last week before this all
No,
those
no, no.
receipts
What
started
is
coming
it?
out,
What is it that they don't believe?
all the storyline that
Oh,
all this
about
thing
the
happened,
shrine.
the hexing, the shrine thing, and everything. Nobody believes that at all. Because the truth, and I said it last week, if she was truly hexed, if she was truly shrined or whatever, she wouldn't even be talking. She wouldn't even be on the show.
Okay. What about the other stuff about her, other than what she said about the mother? What about the lebe? What are they saying about that situation? That we find out that
That is what I'm
Wendy
saying.
does.
That is why I say that's the problem. That is the main issue, the label. We need to find out, unless they tell us what really transpired, what made Lebe and Wendy's sister fall out. You
Okay,
will
gotcha,
never get to the root of
gotcha.
the issue.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it now seems like Wendy chose her sister by proxy because she's a sister, then Lebe and Neka banded together. If you see how just play that, look at how the storyline played. It was Lebe that called Neka to let her know what was going on.
Right. So maybe
It was
Wendy's
Lebe.
afraid. Maybe Wendy's afraid too that NECA's going to start telling other family stuff, which would be totally inappropriate for her to do.
Inappropriate. Exactly. And you see how when Neka is, she's very sharp with her mouth. She's just, very small thing. She's open. She's like throwing it. Sometimes I think she even talks before she thinks. you know so the thing is that I we need to, before me I would believe anything, before you will see any Nigerian that watches the show, you will see them come for Neka. Because the fact is that it was never her battle to fight. It was between Lebe, Wendy, and Wendy's sister. Now she has brought it and used it as her storyline, and whatever Lebe told her that she did not verify. I had issues with even till now. I still have issues with my family members, and I still see some people come to me. I've seen people very being rude to me. It's just that probably I handled it better because I know that sometimes you just don't go around behaving like that, and I'm not really too much of a confrontational type. I've seen people come and tell me, oh, they said this about you in the family. We had meetings in the family, and when they were saying this about you, they said you were this, they said you were this. This person was saying about you in this certain way, calling you names. If I go and charge at everybody because of the stories you tell me, I, who knows what would happen to me?
I have a quick question for you. I have two questions.
Yeah,
One, are you familiar with those twin boys who are Instagram who they reenact like church scenes? The Mahala
twin
twins,
boy.
two little boys.
I'm not really familiar with them.
Okay, then the second question is, what is the likelihood that two people would fall out who are so close that Wendy said that Lebe, if she wanted anyone to her daughter to emulate, it would be Lebe. And now
Yeah,
they've had this tragic falling out. Is that
issue.
uncommon in your culture, considering that, like Wendy said, you, my Nigerian sister, would come on
Yeah,
here, and do this? Is that unlikely, or how unusual is that for it to be such a
the
harsh
falling
falling
out
out? Yeah.
is very common. I just had one recently, like a few months ago. Fell out with somebody that if you had told me few months back that I was gonna fall out with her, I would say no. But we fell out so bad that we were cussing out each other. We were literally cussing out each other. So it's possible. Because sometimes we want to bring out, oh, the origin, the respect, the culture of Nigeria. You guys will be battling it out between yourselves. on who should be respectful to each other, who should bow down to each other. And sometimes it doesn't work like that sometimes. So is there's every likelihood that somebody that you guys grew up together, you might even grow up together. I have a cousin of mine that I grew up together with. I thought that I'm gonna go the whole life with her. We're gonna travel the world together. But see, today the only interaction we have is maybe like um once in a year, maybe on by Christmas. She WhatsApps me and be like, "Hi, how Merry Christmas, Happy New Year." Or only on special occasions she remembers me and be like, "Oh, how you doing? How is your family? How's your siblings?" That's the only thing. But if you look back at our relationship, she's my cousin. She's my cousin sister. But if you look back at our relationship when we're growing up, you would have literally thought that we grew up as very good best friends, but we fell out, and it was a very big issue in the family. But for everybody's sanity, we decided that there's the only thing about when it comes to Nigerian family and everything, when they tell you let's close this chapter about this, they mean it. We don't want to hear anything about it. If you know you can well reconcile, you guys have to be cordial, that you can stay in, and we can have an event. You will see each other and not fight. That's just the way. So I feel like the only way that this thing will get resolved if we find out what Lebe and Wendy sister had the fight about, which I know they would not want to bring, especially Wendy and her sister. It's not something I think is a very, very deep family stuff, and I don't think they want to bring it on TV. But I'm scared that Nneka, the way her mouth is going, might literally expose it, and I'm praying that she doesn't, because it's not going to do anything good and embarrass the family more than what it is. Because now the truth is that the both families are taking the insults. The both families, both the Neckers family and the Wendy's family, they're both taking the insult. Because people that don't know what it's all about will be like, "Oh, so Wendy's mother is a hexing person, she's a witch, she's a this," and somebody will come on Necker like, "Why would she come and be saying those kind of things on TV?" So they are both taking the heat for something that one person should have literally just kept quiet about. Even if you wanted to talk about something, don't shouldn't have talked about witchcraft. And if you wanted to talk about an issue, let it be an issue you have literally. And I think that's what Wendy is still shocked about, is that me and you, I might have denied that I didn't know you and whatnot. But the fact is, me and you did not have issues. And I think that's what still baffles Wendy to today. That her and this lady never had issues,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you know what? Maybe during her interview with Bravo, they were probably asking her all of these questions, and it sounds very salacious to say the stuff about Whitney's mother, and Whitney may not have even known that she was filming. She may not even know, because if Lebe is not friends with Ivy anymore, she may not have known. She may have
Exactly.
been shocked when she saw her at Ashley's thing,
The,
like,
the, the
"Oh, Bridget,
yes.
yeah. And
And
what are you going to do?
when
What are you going to be doing to me? What are you going to be saying? I'm afraid. I'm scared."
and they might not have, even if Wendy and Wendy's sister had an argument, they might not have known that Lebe was literally shooting for the show to use against them. And I feel like this might be a settle, because probably Lebe needed something from them, and it went south. Then she decided that, somebody else is coming on the show. I'm gonna use her against you. I'm gonna make people look at you in a bad light. You think you are the fan favorite. I'm gonna ruin that your fan favorite status on Bravo. So I'm gonna use
That's
Nneka.
evil. That's
Now,
so evil.
so Nneka coming on the show shouldn't have listened to what Lebe has said. That is why people, and that's why Nigerians will not look like, support her that much, because the whole issue is not that she literally on her own personally has an issue with Wendy. Her and Wendy have not had words. Her and Wendy has not had a fight. Her and Wendy have not quarreled.
That is a
So
good
why
point. That is a
why do
good
you have
point.
that? Why do you have this high energy for her? That is why I still say every Nigerian that is watching the show would just be at Wendy's side. Even if Wendy is lying, we'll still be at Wendy's side, because the thing is, you are fighting a battle that is not yours.
Right.
Why don't you bring Lebe into the fold if you
Hopefully
wanted
we
it to
will
be
see her.
complete?
Now, was that
If
Lebe that was in the chat when Carlos did his show? Wasn't that Lebe who was, or someone pretending to be Lebe during his
in the
live
chat,
last? Yeah, when he did that YouTube, it was live, and I believe there was someone in
mm,
the chat saying that they were Lebe or pretending to be her. But yeah, I'd like to see Lebe. Now we already saw her on the phone, so maybe she's
that's
going
what
to
I'm
come on
saying.
there.
Then she has to come on and say what actually, but I pray that that doesn't happen because it's going to be an embarrassing stuff because Giselle is going to use that as a laughter, a thing of
Yeah.
laughter, a thing of mockery. Robin is going to laugh and mock them. Nneka thinks that's why I say Nneka thinks those ladies have her back. They would literally laugh at her because she made herself and her family a mockery, because there will be no laughter of Wendy without Nneka's name being called. Imagine, okay, look at today's episode. All of them are starting to act confused because they're like, oh, this story is not even storying again. Did you notice it?
Yeah, Karen was bored. Mia was like,
Yeah.
okay. Robin didn't say anything.
Mia was like, this story, like, they are beginning to be like, okay, we're weighing this story, because if you listen to the stories very well, you'll be like, at the end of the day, Nneka doesn't have a particular issue with Wendy.
Only the mother thing. If that is
Yeah,
not true, then
if
yeah.
if that is true, we don't have any recording. You said there was a call. Play the call recording. The only recording we had was Lebe telling you that a lot of things were said. Okay, then Lebe should send you the recording of what was said. Then we will believe. Lebe gave you a third hand information, and we know how information is being passed. By the time it's getting to another person, the storylines starts changing.
I have a
So
quick
I'm not gonna.
question. I'm sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead. Well, just two things. One, I just saw a short where Giselle said that Robin has a tough season and Nneka has a tough season. So I guess we don't know what's going to be in store, but it's going to be tough for her. I do have a question. Oh, also, someone in the chat wanted to find out if you're from the same tribe as Nneka and Wendy. I believe you said you are, correct?
Yes, I'm from the same tribe as Nekas
And
and
Wendy.
Wendy.
Okay. And please pronounce her name correctly.
Who? Neka.
Yes.
Neka.
Nneka. Okay. And then another quick thing is, oh, it's getting late.
Yes.
I forgot what the other question was. Oh, at which point is the husband going to finally step in? Lebe is his
Oh,
relative, right? Ike.
I
When is he going to put a stop to this madness?
did you not see the way she shunned him off?
Yes.
I don't think he's gonna be saying anything. She was the one saying that Eddie needs to get out. I feel like I also needs to get out, because she just literally shunned that poor guy that was trying to make a light of the situation that was going on with them. So I don't think he's gonna be coming up anytime soon.
Okay.
I I don't think that he's gonna be coming up. And I just feel like this whole thing, the thing is, I don't want this to be like the storyline for the season. That is what is upsetting me. Like, next week episode, the same thing. Next week episode, the same thing. Like, we're hearing it over and over and over again. Everybody wants to prove themselves that I'm not lying. You're lying. Like,
Well, whatever she did, she must have made a good impression because she's a cast member. And then when they were at BravoCon, they were hanging out with
mm,
her. She's right in there in the mix with the bandits. So, and as you said, are the bandits really with you because they like you, or is it because you came in and had this issue with Wendy and they don't like Wendy? So
exactly.
therefore,
That's the
yeah.
that's the question that she should ask herself. Are they really with her because they like her, or because she's going against their enemy? Because there's a saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's right.
So I feel
Wow.
like that is what is going on. She came in as an enemy of Wendy, and yeah, everybody was, and I feel like that is why Wendy is even more sad. And I feel like, see, Wendy must have seen this coming. In families, you could predict like what this person can do. It's not every family members that have your back. Because we call ourselves family, it doesn't mean that you might have my back if we get into some kind of situations. We get. So I feel like Wendy already knew that this lady here might not really have my back. So I don't want her as somebody I will bring in, and tomorrow it would have been worse if she had brought in Nneka, and Nneka literally disappointed her and went against and went on her at her back and banded with Giselle and the rest.
Like
So it's
Mia
good
did
that
to Karen.
yes.
Well,
So
I'm
it's
so
good
happy
that
to. I just want to tell you, I'm just so happy to hear your perspective. Just you being from the same, cis tribe as those two, and you understand the inner workings of everything. You have really put this whole thing in perspective for me, and I'm sure the viewers as well. I really appreciate you doing this and just letting us know the ins and outs of the family dynamics and the cultural dynamics of this all. Thank you so much.
thank you. Oh, it's exhausting. Like watching them embarrass themselves. Like it's very exhausting watching the both of them because I feel like both of them are embarrassing themselves, and it needs to stop. It
I
needs to
think they'll
stop.
be
And
all right. They're both intelligent women. Wendy's smart. Nneka's an attorney. They know what they're doing. I think they'll both come out on top when it's said and done. They'll be all right. Just maybe not together, but I think they'll be all right.
yeah, I know they're gonna at the end of the day they're gonna tear themselves up at the reunion. They'll be the main storyline at the reunion. So,
Ooh, I
but
forgot
I
about that.
but also a lot of have you also noticed on the street that a lot of people have been complaining that the season is becoming a flop because a lot of people are getting tired of the storyline of Nneka versus Wendy. Oh, sure, everybody's tired of the everybody versus Wendy storyline.
Yeah, I think because a lot of the people are not really, really loyal fans of the show. I'm a big fan of the show, so I'm cool with everything
Yeah.
that's going on. The other show, like I do watch Beverly Hills and Atlanta. I didn't really care for it the last couple of seasons, but so far Potomac is okay with me. I like all of, I understand why they're all. The only person I don't like on that show is Ashley, but everybody else they're okay. And I think we're going to move on to something else. There has to be some other storylines going on other than these two, but seems from what I heard, I don't know if you saw Candy and Wendy on the Sherry show. Did you see that last week?
Yeah, but I knew they went there, but I didn't really watch the interview.
Really wasn't much, but it sounds like Candace says that she kind of takes it back seat this season. So I don't think we're going to be really seeing too much of
And much
her.
of Candace.
Yeah, this season, which is okay. But Wendy, if you get a chance to watch it, Wendy looked great. Like I said, Wendy's smart.
Yeah, I saw her dress. Like she's beautiful. She's just
She is. She
she's
is.
gorgeous.
So
Like
that's
she
what I
know
was
she knows
saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
she knows how to put it out there.
She does. So that's what I was thinking. Now look at Nneka, tall, attractive, smart. Her husband's a doctor. So I can see if there is some issue or the family had some issue with her coming on the show, they kind of parallel each other. The two couples, their level of achievement and success, the way that they
Yeah.
look. And it's just like, is she feeling a little bit intimidated? Are you my replacement? Did that ever come in her mind, considering that she's on the outs with Giselle and Robyn? Like maybe she thought this lady is going to be my replacement. That may have been what she felt when she
But
first saw her.
but
Like, oh boy, they brought you.
but can she really be a replacement? I don't think she has that.
No,
Um.
I don't think she has that either. But with all of these ladies, I mean, you just never know. She's not
Although
just.
it's true.
Yeah, I don't think Giselle and Karen are going to go anywhere, but is everybody else safe? And then she knows her relationship with Giselle and how Giselle and Robyn treated her so bad last season, told her, I don't like her. It was just, they were so cruel. And then the season starts taping, and then this woman shows up. Who knows what was going through Wendy's head when she saw her?
Yeah, and I feel like because of the hate that um Giselle and her bandits got last season because of the way they went in on Wendy, they decided that you know what? And I feel like they agreed for Nneka to come in here so that she will be the one to fight the battle for them. They'll just be like, at the end of the day, I didn't really say anything about you. I was only repeating what I was told. That would be what they would say. Like, yeah, didn't really say anything about you. I only repeated what I was told. The thing is that this is a big circle. You see the post that Wendy posted where Eddie also, sorry, I said Eddie. Ike also unliked the video or the pictures of um their daughters and Sip and what was the event. The thing is that it's a family thing and it's not to be discussed outside. It's family. Because the truth is, if I should start discussing my family dynamics out here, most people might not understand. Most people might come for me. In short, a lot of people might come for me. A lot of people might call me a bad person. A lot of people might call the people that I'm having issues with bad people. You will not understand the dynamics and the doings of how we do things in our tradition and everything and how it goes. You won't understand. So you would judge the way you want to judge. So that's why this thing is, it's family. Keep it in the family. We always say it's about the family. Make sure it dies in the family. It's not something. There are some things they say that is been happening in the family that should not be heard by a third party. And I feel like these things that is going on between them shouldn't have been heard by a third party, especially not third parties that don't understand their culture. If it was a Nigerian show and they're with other Nigerian castmates, yes, they can say because they understood or they will understand their culture and everything, but not with this kind of castmates. And I feel like I just hope that Nneka doesn't. The thing is that I feel like Nneka doesn't regret this because sometimes the hate sometimes gets to them. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel I hope that the hate because she's getting a lot of it. She's been getting it since the episode one. Till today she's still getting it. And a lot of people are bringing a lot of accusations. Trying to pin it on her. So I feel like I just hope that hate that she's getting would not make her be like, you know what, I don't want to be on the show again. Because I would love to see another aspect of her and
Yeah,
not this.
I think her ego is intact. I don't think it'll bother her. I think she probably has some aspirations similar to Wendy's. She's an attorney. I can see her, and she speaks very well. She seems very articulate. I could see her having some political aspirations or commentary aspirations like Wendy. So, I don't think that this is going to scare her off at all.
But the thing is that it's not only about her, it's about her and her husband and her family because family has a lot of say in all this kind of thing. If your family does not have your back, the reason why the truth is that the reason why Neka is here because her family has her back. Even if it's not all the family, at least
You
one or two or
mean
three members of her family does have her back.
you
So the
mean
moment
Wendy
they
or NECA?
no, I'm talking about Neka.
Okay.
Wendy has been on the show for a while, so I'm talking about Neka. The reason why she's here is because at least half or some of the family members have her back. The moment that backing leaves, I don't think she'll be able to stand because once they see, or if they see that this thing is being joked too much, this thing is being coming too much, or if she eventually exposes more than what they expect or want to be exposed to the public, I feel like the family backing will leave. And once the family backing leaves, the husband might start complaining, like, you know what, I don't think I want this anymore. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants peace of mind.
Right. That
That's what
makes
everybody
sense.
wants.
Yeah.
And and when it comes to Nigerians, sometimes the family is valued so highly. Family is valued so highly, very, very much when it comes to Nigeria and their culture, and especially the Igbo ones. As an Igbo person, Igbo we value family a lot, a lot. So if that family backing goes, if she decides to expose more than what they expect her to say, or talk about things that they did not expect her to say on the show, because truthfully, Wendy has been on this show for how many seasons? Has she ever mentioned anything about witchcraft, family, how Nigerians, how the Igbo culture is kind of in a certain way? She hasn't mentioned it for once.
No.
So she is the one that has come and literally shined a light on the Igbo culture, on the Nigerian culture, on the family, on how family is in the Nigerian culture and the Igbo culture. That has made a lot of people. It's just now I realize that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of TikTokers are Nigerians because they are out here defending the culture, which nobody is expected to be doing. Most of them didn't expect to come out here and start defending, oh, this culture is not the way Nneka is making it be. This culture is not the way she's making it. So the fact that she has made a lot of people come outside to start defending the culture that they never expected for them to defend, if she ventures eventually talk about more than this. I that's why I'm saying that I just hope the storyline ends here. Like they've talked about Lebe, good. They've talked about the witchcraft thing, we've gotten it over with. Let it end here. Let them move to another storyline. In short, I wouldn't mind if we focus on one and Robin. I would not mind. Like let the lens leave Nneka and Wendy, because I don't want it to be more than more than it should be.
Right.
That's just it.
Well, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This was a great, great discussion.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Wow, someone said, yeah, empty verses make the most the most noise. I,
Yep.
I don't think she's an empty vessel. I just think she just talks too much. She looks like someone that talks too much. Like she looks like, and
Yeah.
she behaves like someone that talks too much.
Yeah. Now we just need to
Uh,
hear from Lebe. And as you said, that Lebe name, that's not short for something.
I don't think it's not short for anything. I'm trying to think. When I even heard it the first day, I was like, "What lebe?" I don't think I've ever heard the name before. I haven't. This is the first time I'm hearing that name in the Igbo language. That first time. Probably it's their own village because everybody has different villages and specific
Okay.
names that are lovely. Probably it's from their own village, and that's why I've never heard about it. But in the general Igbo language stuff, I've not heard that name before. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us today on another recap and review of the Real House of Potomac. We'll see you again next week to talk about the next episode. Have a nice day.